Hi guys, this is Ufuoma McDermott and you're on to Pulse TV. Pulse.
My name's Coco.
You are with a guy and you have no underwear on.
Christmas. So I love Christmas, and I always knew that at some point in my life as a filmmaker I was going to make a holiday themed movie. And when this story came, I mean, it was just the story, but then I thought, why not place it in the context of Christmas and, you know, give it a Christmas feel. So it has a story. It's not a nativity story. There is a story, and then, you know, the whole time frame that it happened is just around Christmas. This is the first feature film I'm directing. This is also, well, no, not the first feature film I'm writing. But I think for me, what was different and probably grand, maybe I should use the word grand for me, was the caliber of actors that I was directing. I had Shola Shobowale, Zach Oji, Chioma Chukwuka, DME, and these are actors who understand acting. These are actors who, if you take away everything commercial, strip them off it and leave them with the artistic side to acting, they understand their craft. And so for them to have them trust you, to have them trust your process and believe that you're going to deliver either what they read in the script or better, it was a big deal for me. That's why it was grand. And then of course there was directing myself. So what I had to do, I had to rely on my assistant director, Uche Odo, and my DP, Bode Babalola. What I'd do before I get on a set, on a scene, or into a scene is, you know, map out. We had already planned our shots from before we started shoot. So we'll go back to it and say, okay, at this shot, this is what I want me to do, you know, so I'll do this. And then the minute I give those instructions, I'll strip myself out of being a director and a producer, and then, you know, go back to being an actor. And at the point that I was on set, I had to rely on them to throw directions at me. So I think it was a caliber of actors that I had to, you know, the ensemble of the actors coming together to put this project together was big, and so it was a big deal for me. It was actually an honor. My casting was it was strategic. We needed a crop of actors first. I mean, I will not, for any reason, compromise on talent. So we wanted a crop of actors who were talented, who were marketable, and who were bankable. Because at the end of the day, we don't just want a wonderful theatrical release. We wanted a commercially successful release. And so we wanted actors who we could bank on, and, you know, who had a fan base who didn't mind going to buy a ticket to watch them in the cinemas. You have different crop of actors with their fan bases, and there's some actors whose fan base will not go to the cinemas to see them. It doesn't mean that they love them any less, you know, but they're not just cut out for the cinema. So these are the things we had to consider. And then, of course, we had to also work with their timing. There are people that we wanted on the project who couldn't be on the project because of our timing. But we had to make sure that for every time we fell back, for every time we rescheduled shoot, it favored every actor who had these things that we wanted: talent, marketability, bankability. Our last day of shoot, which was not supposed to be our last day of shoot, that scene was supposed to be shot the first day, which is our big Christmas scene. That was supposed to be one of our first, if not the very first scene shot. But there was this beautiful house I fell in love with. The cast was supposed to have a lunch setting, so everybody was supposed to be sat together, and, you know, we have Christmas lunch. And so I saw this house with beautiful dining set and quite big. It was going to, you know, accommodate the whole cast that were going to be in the scene. Lovely Christmas decors that they had as well. The challenge we had was, you know, trying to get the owners or the owner of the house to schedule same timing with us. So, for example, we had to keep moving because, you know, she said she was out of the country. She wanted us to film while she was back in, and we had to agree. We didn't have a choice. We had to agree. So that particular day, which was supposed to be our last day of shoot, early in the morning, myself and my assistant went to the house. We sat down with her. We had a talk, you know, and how everything was going to go. We thanked her. Call time that day was 7 a.m., I think. All the actors were already on the island, you know, ready to shoot. I think the latest any actor came was 7:30. We were very early that day. You know, so I finished talking with her, got on set to go and get dressed because I was also a cast member. And then I get a call from my arts director to say that they had been kicked out of the house. I said, it's not possible. Are you sure you went to the right house? He said, we were in, we were setting up already. We had brought out the tree and the lights, and then we got kicked out. So, of course, I was in a panic, a bit of a frenzy. I got in the car. Uncle Zach offered to go with me, Zach Orji. We got to the house. We started, you know, calling. Nobody would pick my call. We hit the gate. Nobody would answer, not even the security. So, of course, I had assumed that he got directives not to answer. It was very, very heartbreaking, very heartbreaking. After all that arrangement and, you know, planning and all, so we had to go back to my house. I sat down and I started making calls. At about 11 a.m. or so, I was able to get George Kura and Delmwadi Shukura to let me come into their house to film. Thank you guys so much. I do not take what you did for us for granted. I think we moved into that house at about midday. Logistics, you know, moving everything. I had to move my table from my house. I don't even want to think about it. It was so much stress. Finally, my cast and crew ended up doing about 33 straight hours for that scene, or those particular scenes. I was just so blessed to be working with, you know, a group of people who were committed, who were loyal to me and to my project, and people who were ready to give their all. We shot way into the night, into the wee hours of the morning. We took a 2 hours nap, woke up again, continued shooting. God, you guys really, really blessed me. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think the comedy in all of this is about like 3 p.m. or so that day. I got a text message. I wish I could read it out, from the lady saying, oh, if you still want to shoot, you could come over to shoot. Everybody just went like, I said, oh, guys, just calm down. We're already filming. But that was the biggest challenge we had. And that was the day we were supposed to be wrapping up. I can't say it, I'm sorry. I can't say it. But however, this is the thing. Even when we do shoot like serious dramas and thrillers, we have so much fun on set. I think that the dexterity with which Nigerian actors come to set is such that we can lose ourselves in the minute and become our characters in another minute. We don't have the luxury of time. We don't have the luxury of, you know, tools and materials to prepare for our characters. So you have to find it in yourself. And at the same time, you must be ready to lose that character. So you might finish filming today and maybe rest for a day, and you have to be on set the next day to become another character. So we have to find a balance in dexterity, the spontaneity to be this character now, be yourself, and be another character, you know, in a very short space of time. So yeah, we do have fun. You know, people crack jokes. Yeah, so maybe with comedy movies, you have, you know, the times where the script is supposed to be this way and it makes everybody laugh and all. What would I say was my funniest time in set? I don't know, probably two people that really, really, really gave me lots of laughs were Odenike and Atishola. They were just totally hilarious, like absolutely hilarious. Odenike's character, kind of like mine, you know, she's 1 minute an Ajebota, the next minute she's a Kpako, you know, so it was pretty funny. And then trust Atishola, she was just dropping her A game like continuously and spontaneously. So we did have a lot of fun on this one. We have very funny characters in the film and very unique characters. Mary and Easy play two characters, and then Avia and Nene, who are naughty, very mischievous. Nene especially, you know, comes up with these ideas of things that are like where does she think where does she think them from? You know, my character tries to be the serious one in the lot amongst the three girls, but they won't let me be great. They just keep, you know, being themselves. Chioma's character was mean. Chioma's character was a flirt. She was mean. She was just, and I think she also brought her hot central A game as well. Uncle Zach's character was calm but firm. DME's character was suave, but he was also very accommodating, very, very accommodating. And he was very endearing too, because he was able to win the hearts of everyone around Henrietta. Who else? Oh, I know, at least I know the character that you would love to hate. Ken. Ken is the ex who comes in and thinks that he's all that and he's all hot, you know. I don't know who you might love, but hey, just watch Christmas is Coming and tell me who you love already. I'm hoping big for the box office. In all of my expectations, I have to be realistic enough to understand that we're limited by the number of cinemas we have. We're also limited by our P&A. You know, we're confounded by, you know, many factors. Look at the economy. Look around you. You know, how many people are going to go out of their way to spend, you know, money going to the cinema. But however, because we're open during the Yuletide, we're also, you know, expecting that people would want to have fun for that moment. Forget about everything you're going through. Forget about the stress at the office. Forget about the traffic. Take your family out and just have a good time. Spend quality time with your family, watching a wonderful movie, you know, and come out and say, if that's the only thing you do for Christmas, come out and say, you know what, we saw this movie and it was well worth it. So we're dreaming big. Merry Christmas, everybody!
Christmas is coming.